The death of Bellatrix Lestrange is one of the most satisfying moments in the Harry Potter series. Although Molly's confrontation with Bellatrix created a memorable scene,
Not my daughter, you bitch!
several other characters had deeply personal histories with her that could arguably have made her death even more satisfying. Similarly, there are many other revenge arcs throughout the series that could have given various characters much more fulfilling closure. Hi, I'm Catherine VO. And in this video, we'll discuss some of those possible revenge arcs that never got the satisfying endings they deserved. Let's start with Neville Longbottom's long overdue confrontation with Bellatrix Lestrange. Bellatrix meets her end at the hands of Molly Weasley, who defeats her after she tries to curse Ginny. While that was a powerful moment, many fans believe it would have been even more satisfying if Neville had been the one to strike the final blow. Neville's backstory is one of the saddest in the entire Harry Potter series. In many ways, he shared a similar fate to Harry. But unlike Harry, he never truly got to confront the person responsible for destroying his family. Neville's parents, Frank and Alice Longbottom, were members of the Order of the Phoenix. This made them targets of the Death Eaters, and Bellatrix Lestrange was among those who tortured them with the Cruciatus Curse. She drove them into permanent insanity, and from that moment on, they spent the rest of their lives in St. Mungo's Hospital. Neville would visit them during the holidays, even though they no longer recognized him. A lot of Neville's struggle with confidence and his clumsy, insecure nature at Hogwarts came from the trauma of what happened to his parents, combined with the constant pressure to live up to their legacy. What makes this even more heartbreaking is that Neville showed clear determination to face her one day. During Dumbledore's army training, he worked harder than almost anyone, mastering every jinx and counter curse as if preparing for a future confrontation. But when he finally confronted Bellatrix at the Ministry of Magic, both in the books and the movies, the moment fell short.
How's Mom and Dad?
Better now they're about to be avenged.
Neville didn't get a real chance to fight her or face her properly. Instead, Bellatrix added insult to injury, taunting him about his parents and even using the Cruciatus Curse against him. He never got the chance to avenge his parents or bring his story full circle, which feels like a major missed opportunity in the series. Speaking of Bellatrix, another character who could have made her death even more satisfying is Hermione Granger. Hermione's revenge would have been incredibly satisfying, and it would have been poetic justice for Bellatrix to die at the hands of the mudblood she had tortured. The scene where Bellatrix tortures Hermione at Malfoy Manor is intensely painful to watch. When Bellatrix discovered that the trio had the sword of Gryffindor, we saw the worst of her. Terrified that the sword, which she was sworn to protect, was now in someone else's hands. Throughout the torture, Bellatrix repeatedly using the Cruciatic Curse on Hermione and continuously insulted her, calling her a mudblood. Even after escaping Malfoy Manor, Hermione was forced to use Bellatrix's wand to break into her Gringotts vault. She expressed profound disgust at wielding the same wand that had tortured Neville's parents and killed Sirius, showing just how deeply Bellatrix had affected her. The Battle of Hogwarts presented a clear opportunity for Hermione to confront Bellatrix. The book mentions Hermione, Ginny, and Luna fighting together against her, just before Bellatrix fired the killing curse at Ginny, which narrowly missed. At that moment, Molly Weasley steps in and ultimately killed Bellatrix. Had Hermione been the one to strike the final blow, it would have completed her personal arc in a deeply satisfying way, giving her the revenge and closure she deserved. While one could also argue that Harry and Ron could have made Bellatrix's death deeply satisfying, given that she killed Harry's godfather, Sirius, and a fan favorite, Dobby, and caused so much pain for Hermione. This topic is big enough to deserve its own separate discussion. Moving on to another character who deserved a better ending and proper closure, Remus Lupin. While the movie showed his death off-screen, many fans had anticipated a direct confrontation between him and Fenrir Greyback. The books mention that Fenrir Greyback was brought down by Ron Weasley and Neville Longbottom during the Battle of Hogwarts. In the movie, Hermione blasts him out the window as he attacks Lavender Brown, but his death is never fully confirmed. Had Lupin been the one to face and defeat Greyback, it would have been deeply satisfying, as Greyback literally ruined his life. Fenrir bit Lupin when he was a small child, after Lupin's father offended him. The books mention that it was almost impossible for him to join Hogwarts, as the parents of other children feared his condition, until Dumbledore intervened. Even as he grew up, Lupin struggled with self-loathing, physical and emotional suffering, and social isolation. His condition also made it difficult to find employment.
You've been sacked.
No, I resign.
Leaving him dependent on his friends and the Order of the Phoenix. Greyback's attack had a lifelong impact, shaping every aspect of Lupin's life. For all these reasons, Lupin dying without ever confronting Greyback stands out as one of the biggest letdowns and missed opportunities in the series. Another character who could have taken down Greyback is Bill Weasley. During the Battle of the Astronomy Tower, Greyback attacked him, leaving his face badly slashed and permanently scarred. Fortunately, Bill did not turn into a werewolf himself, because Greyback was not fully transformed when he attacked. The attack, however, affected his mother, Molly Weasley, deeply. She was devastated by her son's injuries and feared that no one would want to marry him. Fleur Delacour, his fiancée, dismissed this worry entirely, declaring that his scars only proved his bravery and that it would take more than a werewolf to stop her from loving him. Despite not turning into a werewolf, Lupin suggested that Bill might still experience some contamination, possibly developing mild wolf-fish characteristics, like a new liking for very rare steaks. In Deathly Hallows Part 1, the movie briefly shows Bill revealing his scars to Harry and saying he hopes to repay the favor one day.
I will alter a werewolf named Greyback. I hope to repay the favor one day.
Hinting at a future confrontation with Greyback. Unfortunately, this showdown never happens, which is disappointing. Seeing the vicious Greyback finally brought down by Bill would have been a deeply satisfying moment for all of Greyback's victims. Finally, perhaps the greatest and most satisfying revenge story we can imagine involves the remaining members of the Marauders, Sirius Black and Remus Lupin, finally avenging the death of their best friend against Peter Pettigrew. Peter Pettigrew not only led Voldemort to Harry's parents, causing their deaths, but he also framed Sirius, landing him in Azkaban for 12 years. He was a major factor in Voldemort's eventual resurrection. In Prisoner of Azkaban, Pettigrew's secret life as Ron's pet rat, Scabbers, is finally revealed. This moment presents a clear opportunity for Lupin and Sirius to take the revenge. However, Harry intervenes. He says that James wouldn't have wanted his best friends to become murderers,
Harry, this man...
I know what he is.
suggesting instead that Pettigrew be turned over to the Dementors and sent to Azkaban to free Sirius. Pettigrew escapes and leaving Sirius's case unresolved and forcing him to continue living in hiding. After his escape, Pettigrew continues serving Voldemort. He locates him in the forest of Albania, delivers the witch Bertha Jorkins, who is tortured and killed by Voldemort, and later helps in Voldemort's rebirth by performing a dark ritual that involves sacrificing his own hand. Continued betrayal leads to countless other deaths. Seeing Sirius and Lupin finally bringing Pettigrew to justice could have been the ultimate ending for such a heated character. In the books, Pettigrew's silver hand, granted by Voldemort, strangles him after he hesitates to kill Harry, but the movie skips his fate entirely. Many fans believe that having the remaining Marauders end his life would have been a far more satisfying conclusion, giving them the revenge they were denied for so long. So, these were some of the characters who could have had fulfilling revenge arcs or alternative endings in the series. What do you think? Which revenge arc would you have most wanted to see? Leave your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the Movie Firm for more Harry Potter related videos. See you in the next one.